is together. Karibu Mindspace. Welcome to the Mindspace podcast, your go-to channel for all things real estate in Kenya. Join us as we have exclusive insights into the dynamic world of property and investment, with expert insights and practical advice. Hosted by Mr. Mwenda Thuranira, the CEO of MySpace Properties. Each episode brings you valuable tips to navigate the ever-evolving real estate landscape. Stay tuned, informed, and let's explore the opportunities together. Karibu Mindspace. Welcome to the Mindspace podcast, your go-to channel for all things real estate in Kenya. Join us as we have exclusive insights into the dynamic world of property and investment, with expert insights and practical advice. Hosted by Mr. Mwenda Thuranira, the CEO of MySpace Properties. Each episode brings you valuable tips to navigate the ever-evolving real estate landscape. Stay tuned, informed, and let's explore the opportunities together. Karibu Mindspace. Welcome to the Mindspace podcast, your go-to channel for all things real estate in Kenya. Join us as we have exclusive insights into the dynamic world of property and investment, with expert insights and practical advice. Hosted by Mr. Mwenda Thuranira, the CEO of MySpace Properties. Each episode brings you valuable tips to navigate the ever-evolving real estate landscape. Stay tuned, informed, and let's explore the opportunities together. Karibu Mindspace. Welcome to the Mindspace podcast, your go-to channel for all things real estate in Kenya. Join us as we have exclusive insights into the dynamic world of property and investment, with expert insights and practical advice. Hosted by Mr. Mwenda Thuranira, the CEO of MySpace Properties. Each episode brings you valuable tips to navigate the ever-evolving real estate landscape. Stay tuned, informed, and let's explore the opportunities together. Karibu Mindspace. Welcome to the Mindspace podcast, your go-to channel for all things real estate in Kenya. Join us as we have exclusive insights into the dynamic world of property and investment, with expert insights and practical advice. Hosted by Mr. Mwenda Thuranira, the CEO of MySpace Properties. Each episode brings you valuable tips to navigate the ever-evolving real estate landscape. Stay tuned, informed, and let's explore the opportunities together. Karibu Mindspace. Welcome to the Mindspace podcast, your go-to channel for all things real estate in Kenya. Join us as we have exclusive insights into the dynamic world of property and investment, with expert insights and practical advice. Hosted by Mr. Mwenda Thuranira, the CEO of MySpace Properties. Each episode brings you valuable tips to navigate the ever-evolving real estate landscape. Stay tuned, informed, and let's explore.
Call the number below or visit our website for more details. MySpace Properties welcomes you to Vista Karen. Call the number below or visit our website for more details.
Are we ready?
MySpace Properties.
Yes. Ready? Hello, this is your man Mwenda Thuranira here on Mindspace podcast. This is a platform where we share ideas, where we share concerns, and where we learn from one another. And today we hear matters politics. Unfortunately, our guest Alinur is not here yet, but he should be joining us. Hopefully, he makes it on time. He was traveling, but he is not here yet. Hopefully, he'll be here shortly. But going ahead of important is I would like to get your feedback on what you're learning from this Mindspace. Is it working for you? What can we improve on? What would you like to learn from us? Please put your questions below and we'll be able to address them as much as possible. Of course, being Mwenda Thuranira, for those who know me well, I ran for a seat in Isiolo North during the last general election. And of course, politics pia naielewa kiasi. Although I'm mostly a businessman, but you know, politics is part of life. They say politics is the what determines who gets what, when, where, and why. So it's always important to be part of the process. And again, there's no bigger calling than being able to serve. So today, most importantly, before our guest gets here, I would like to get your questions. Youth and politics. What's the way forward? I would like to get your suggestions. I would like to get to know what's your thought on this particular subject. What would you like to know from me? Please put your comment down here and we'll be right back with you.
You to Vista Karen.
Hey, bro.
$400 million. MySpace Properties welcomes you to Shanzu, Mombasa County, to this beautiful beachfront piece of heaven, sitting on 6 acres of land and selling at only $400 million. This space is suitable for beach houses, resorts, apartment developments, and recreational facilities, offering panoramic views of the waters and easy access to the beach. Reach us now for a site visit and for more details.
At your questions here, and I'm happy that people are I'm happy that people are asking questions, people are commenting. I see Team Loan Contractors watching. Adiel Mugambi from Matu. Thank you, Adiel Mugambi, you're a big supporter. We appreciate you. Dennis Motembei, falling from Meru. Mwenda, you are my all-time inspiration. Wow. That's very encouraging. Some of your comments, this is what keeps us moving, and it gives us the energy to do this again and again. So please, I would like to get your comment. So as we continue commenting and asking questions, I see Jite Babu has joined us, has tuned in. And, during the last election, I ran for a seat in Isiolo North for MP. Of course, it was due to quest of change. As I do my business here in Nairobi, my family back at home, my uncles, my aunties, of course, extended family, there's always an issue on Arambe. Come, we do this, come, we do this, come, we do this. It got to a time when I said now, why always, every week, we have to be doing contribution for education, contributions for hospital bills, contributions for this and that. And it came too much till I was concerned, what's happening back at home? What needs to be done? And most people were telling me it's about leadership. Leadership was the biggest problem. Since where I come from, they elect leaders. Leaders give them money, handouts to be elected. Then they never come back there. So we went with a different kind of politics, which is, of course, we do a lot of social activities, social responsibilities from CSR as a company. And of course, giving back to the community, doing things like medical camps, football tournament. We did a lot of uniforms for the less fortunate, food distribution, and so many other. And there are things we still do, and we were doing even before politics. So I decided now, myself, is the time now, if I can be the change, that people enjoy the leadership. I mean, when you're called to serve, you serve. Not a matter of just being elected there in the village and you land to Nairobi, you switch off your phones, nobody gets to hear of you, nobody gets any development, meaningful development. And that's the situation happening right now there in Isiolo North. I think there's a big gap, there's a big challenge. Of course, I did not clinch the seat. As far as the votes counting is concerned, but in reality, I think I won many hearts in Isiolo, and we still do continue to do so, although I'm not actively involved in politics at the moment. Of course, now I'm in business and I'm focusing on matters at hand, but I still keep in touch with my people back there in Isiolo. So, matters politics. I would like to get your questions. What would you like us to address? What's the way forward? I'm sure the challenges being faced in Isiolo North, they are the same challenges being faced in other places. I'm sure in Meru, I'm sure in Nanyuki, I'm sure if you go to Bungoma, if you go to Mombasa, if you go to Voi, they are the same challenges people are facing. When we elect leaders, what's our expectation? What do we expect from them? And I mean, on our end, what do they expect from us? Of course, I'm sure people expect development, especially education sector, since as educated society can go far. That's where we really push matters education, since when we have people going to colleges like TVET, like there are many students, we facilitated going to Karumo College, and I'm very happy many of them are now working. Now they have certificates, they can do jobs, they're electricians, they do plumbing, they do cooking, and so many other things. And that is very encouraging. Of course, even if I didn't win the seat, there are other wins. I mean, if other people can win through you, I mean, we are blessed so that we can bless others. So I'm very glad people we took to Samburu Technical College, the people we took to high school, they are still in school. And we continue supporting such initiatives. from my own capacity, of course, it's not much. Even if the government itself cannot handle, who is Mwenda Thuranira to handle everybody? So we do our bit, what we can do, the small we can do, even if it means changing one life, is very important going forward. Now, I've seen your questions are coming in. Junior Kevo is watching. I see Adiel Mogambi. Isiolo needs you so much, 2027. You laid a solid foundation. Wow, that is for sure. Of course, we laid a great foundation. But as I said, at the moment, I think I'm serving in other ways. In businesses, the employment we create, the development we do, for example, in almost all the construction sites we are involved in, each one of them has over 200 workers every day, 300 workers every day. In the malls we are involved in supermarkets like Naivas, there are people working there. I think also that's a way of changing our society. That's a way of developing the society. So for now, I'm serving as an entrepreneur. So for 2027, of course, can't deny, can't confirm. But for now, my focus is business. Hopefully I answered your question, Adiel Mogambi. I see Ted TD is watching, tuned in. Ken MP is watching. Oh, you're already MP. Following, brother, thank you. And we have a question from, it's a comment from Robert Mkenya. Mwenda Thuranira's God's blessings. You are a blessing to many of us. Keep going. Thank you. That touches my heart. Also, I see CS Mbogwa is watching. So please send in your questions. Let's see the way we can address some of these issues. I see a comment from Pamela Anyango. I'm happy for you, Mwenda. I had your interview with Radio Maisha yesterday. Wow. Yesterday. I was not on Radio Maisha. But maybe it was a repeat of what we have done before, since we do a lot of idea sharing in different platforms. For those who follow me on social media, on my TV interviews, radio interviews, of course, as I said, by the end of the day, we want to serve and give it all. By the end we're done, we know we did our best. I did my best as Mwenda Thuranira, and I gave it my all. I served to my level best. Nilimaliza nikaisha kabisa, till there was nothing else left to give or share. So, of course, looking forward to sharing some more, to learning from you. You see, the more you share, the more you learn. I'm not the only one sharing, but I'm also learning from your comments, from your feedback, which is very important. So I see Ivi Gasheri Diora, well-tuned. Elizabeth Nyachama, well-tuned. So for now, as we wait for our guest, I'll try to handle what we had prepared for our guest before he comes. And there are some concerns which were raised by our followers, and I'll address them going forward. I'll be right back. Why should a youth be involved in politics? I'll be right back. I see people are tuning in and gifting us on TikTok, gifting us on Instagram. It's good to know that you appreciate what you're doing, and we appreciate you too. So thank you so much for those of us on YouTube and those of us on all other platforms which we are live on. On Twitter, huko pia tuko, tunaweza patana huko. Na streets of Twitter, najua that sometimes they are not very kind, but it's okay. Challenges is the breakfast of champions. So whenever you face challenges, you deal them hands on. Good. The state of youth involvement in Kenyan politics today. Of course, we saw the Gen Z movement, which happened in Kenya, and almost everybody was shocked that it could come to this level. So, and it shows that the youth we are dealing with are very informed. They know their rights, they know the law, and they understand things. So we are not dealing with before the kind of says wanadanganywa hivi wanakubali. I mean, the kids were very mad in what happened. They felt that whatever they were promised, it never happened. And of course, we are hoping the issues will be addressed and they'll get what is rightfully theirs, or they get the support they need from the government. Of course, it was a big shock even for me. I didn't see it coming. But of course, having talked to many people on the ground, especially during the campaigns and even now as I visit many places from Mombasa, Kisii, Kisumu, I talk to the youth and I get their feedback. Of course, many of them are unhappy by what is happening. And it's good that they are joining the process. They are not just sitting down to wait for decisions to be made for them, decisions to be made about their future by the people who will not even be there to see that future. So it's important that we as people, we understand the needs of the youth. That's one thing I liked about the player breakfast. One of my friends who is organizer of that, Mr. Lagat, he tells me at any kind of event, always have a youth there in front, sitting there, and to be given time to air their views. Since that's the way we'll bridge that gap. I mean, like I have children, and sometimes what they talk about, I don't understand. But it's important to listen to them keenly and understand. Most of the people, whenever they are facing problems, they know their solution. So what they need is to be listened. Kusikizwa ni muhimu sana. Lakini pia, as the youth, is good we develop contents. I mean, something which you know is achievable. You do your research well. How is it happening elsewhere in the world? How can it be done even better here in Kenya? So I don't see anything wrong with youth being involved in politics. Since, I mean, politics is a way of life. I mean, like in Kenya, I mean, leaders make decisions for us. So if we don't train ourselves to be leaders and make as many decisions, sometimes you make wrong decisions, but you learn from those decisions. You can only become a good decision maker if you are used to making decisions. You make decisions, you make bad decisions, you make good decisions, and from that you learn. Going forward, you'll be a good decision maker going forward. So it's very important we put the youth in the platforms where they can learn, where they can express themselves. Of course, of late, they are very active, which is very good. They are very active, especially online, which is their forte. And I had my friend tell me the other day, Gen Z fears only two things: low internet, no data, and marriage. I don't know how true that is, but we are dealing with very informed people. Not like before where you had people who are not educated. Nowadays, it's like we are living in a global village where online you can access whoever you want to access. You can read, you can have mentors, you can research on anything. You can go on YouTube and search for anything. And anybody you want to know about revolutions, about developments, about what other governments are doing out there. So it's very important to be informed. Being informed is very important. You see, the difference actually between a poor person and a rich person is the information they have. So it's important when you have the information and it doesn't end there, being able to convert that information to money, being able to convert that information to business, to convert it to a working system which can help somebody. Of course, like when it comes to business, is you see a problem. Whenever you see a problem, then you come up with a solution and charge people for that solution. That's how you become a good business person. Like personally, I'm in real estate and we had many challenges, especially when managing properties. Of course, it's not a walk in the park, but we come up with solutions. Over time, we develop solutions, and that's why we have become good at doing what we do, because we always think solutions. We can't be thinking about problems and think that's it. Start complaining every day, crying every day, and thinking that's the end of the world. You have to sit down and think matters, solution. And what solution can I offer which makes me money? That is very, very important if you want to be an entrepreneur. And of course, I'm encouraging entrepreneurs, since in Kenya, we need to have more employers. We need to have more businesses who can create employment. We need more of job creators than job seekers. And that can only happen through entrepreneurship. So as for the government, of course, the government is to be an enabler of business. The government actually should not be in business. The government is supposed to be there to create infrastructure, create laws, make sure there's order, make sure the environment to do business iko sawa. Na tukifanya hivyo, tutaendelea mbele kama nchi. Another concern was benefits of youth involvement in political scene in Kenya. Of course, there are so many benefits. As I told you, you need to be on that decision-making table. You need to be on that table where decisions are made. And again, sometimes you might not have a seat on that table. So you have to bring your seat. You have to, as you know, power is never given. Power is taken. So you have to fight for yourself to be there on to that decision table. I think, of course, you have to build yourself up to a certain level where people can trust you and can say, yes, this particular person is ready to be part of us. This person is of value, is bringing some value to the table. And that's what makes you a better entrepreneur, a better politician. When you are of value, everybody will be looking for you. Since everybody wants value. Like in my business, of course, almost everybody coming to me is because they want some value from me. And I have to be that valuable to that particular person so that I can guide them well, I can give them the right information so that they can make a wise decision. So the more you research on stuff, the more you learn, the more you listen to your elders, the more you get to understand the future of things. It's very important when you know the way forward, where things are going. Don't be left with time. Move ahead. Always think ahead. What will happen in future? For example, now in real estate, you see now we have gone digital. Almost all the business in real estate now, 80% is digital. If you have to market, you have to be online. Are you presenting yourself well? Are you selling yourself well? So it's very important the way you present yourself and have content, have enough information, not just wake up and pop up and think magic will happen. It doesn't happen. The world is not easy. It's not a walk in the park. It's a struggle. And we have to struggle all through. Okay, political literacy for the youth of Kenya. What are the steps Kenyan youth should take in regard to 2027 election? Wow, good question. Of course, the youth, they have the numbers. But sometimes if the numbers are not organized, they are not focused towards a certain direction, it can be chaotic. So for me, one thing for sure I know, political parties are what form governments. And people organize themselves in political parties. So if the youth needs to go out there and be listened and be heard, they need to be organized. There's no way you can be leaderless, you can be formless, you can be, there's no leader. For example, by the end of the day, a political party has structures, has systems from the top all the way to the ground. So being organized politically is having a strong political party or joining a good political party, which will be a vehicle for you to go forward. And if that happens, of course, if you're making noise out there and you don't have any systems or structures, nobody will listen to you. But if you're organized as a group and with the proper structures, leadership structures, then you'll form a formidable power. I've seen online there are so many people coming up, like I've seen Kasamuel doing a good job, Morara doing his thing, and so many others. So this particular group needs to organize themselves into kind of a political parties or join political parties which have ideas and ideals which reflect what they want to see in the future. I think with that kind of organization, then the youth will be able to go far. So I've seen many people have joined us. Fiona Gitonga from Kitengela watching. Elizabeth Nyachama. Hi, I see you. I see Kenem Visio 23 coming up soon. I truly cherish your insights and learning a lot. Thank you. Keep learning. Elizabeth Mariga has joined us. Jackson Morike, I see you. Mohammed Abdurai is watching. Dennis Monene, Kabiro Kajuju, Doreen Matombe. And I see one question from one Jita David. In early days of democracy, politics was infiltrated by young and vibrant youths, armed with the seal of change to change the society. What do you think has changed? What do you think has changed that made the youth of today less fit for political considerations? Of course, as I said, kitu ni kujipanga. Kujipanga ni kitu muhimu sana. If you're not organized, of course, as in Kimeru they say, atopati bangi te paringa wanchogomemwe. What that means, like even a crowd which is not organized, one rungu like this will scatter all of them. But if they are well organized with the structures, then you become unbeatable. So the youths, of course, there are many. They have the numbers. If you calculate the people below the age of 30, I think they are almost the 70% of Kenya. And with that forms a formidable power. And when the registrations opens, especially when the voter registration opens, it's very important you register as a voter. Remember, your vote is your power. So it's important to be able to register and be counted. You can be part of the decision making. Then you'll be able to elect whoever you want. But you have to have that power in your hand. The way I've seen with many youth, they don't have even the voting cards. They don't register. They just make noise, which is not important. Be part of the solution. And you can be that by being a registered voter. So going forward, register as a voter and try these things like run for a seat. I think there's no way you can learn leadership and politics if you have not run for a seat. They say, like, if you want to be a good business person, start a kiosk open a kiosk, and that will teach you something you cannot even learn in school. So it's important to be able to be part of the process. Abu Mustarifa, I see you. Bone Itabari is watching. Abu Mustarifa has a question. Bwana Thuranira, you inspire many of us since your early days at MySpace at Mombasa. Great work, brother. Thank you. So this Abu is from Mombasa. And of course, I was in Mombasa for 10 years and I was involved in many things, business, community affairs. And I mean, Mombasa is still very close to my heart, since Mombasa is where, actually, MySpace Properties was born in Mombasa. We were there for 10 years and now been here in Nairobi for almost six years and still going strong. So Mombasa people, I have a soft spot for you. Whenever somebody calls from Mombasa, of course, I have to answer. I have to be ready to listen to them and serve them as much as possible. All right, thank you. We'll be right back. Let's take a quick break. Tunarudi sahi. Point content imeisha. Literally.
And let's explore the opportunities together. Karibu Mindspace. Welcome to the Mindspace podcast, your go-to channel for all things real estate in Kenya. Join us as we have exclusive insights into the dynamic world of property and investment, with expert insights and practical advice. Hosted by Mr. Mwenda Thuranira, the CEO of MySpace Properties. Each episode brings you valuable tips to navigate the
Call the number below or visit our website for more details. MySpace Properties welcomes you to Vista Karen. Call the number below or visit our website for more details. MySpace Properties welcomes you.
Ready? Huh? Yes, welcome back. I see my guest is still not here, but if he makes it on time, we'll continue. If not, we'll host him another time. And about politics, I'm being asked now, when the youths take over, does it mean there'll be less corruption? The government will be more keen on service delivery? Of course, that's my wish. That's my wish and prayer, that we can have people who care about others. We can have people who care about other people, which is very important, since leadership is taking care of people. So our next crop of leaders, hopefully, ni watu wa kujituma, ni watu wa kujitolea, ni watu wa kusaidia watu wengine. Since that's the essence of leadership, being able to lift the ones who are below, and wale wako juu waendelee, na wale wako nyuma, wale wako chini, tuwasaidie kupanda juu. So it's very important, especially, the monster of poverty in Kenya is a big thing, which we need to eradicate as fast as possible. Otherwise, it will eat us up. So it's very important tuwe na umoja na kujituma na kufanya bidii sana. Sababu tusipojituma, tusipofanya bidii as a country, we can't go far. But that starts from our individual. Me as a person, I have to do a lot. I have to focus a lot and deliver more to others. That way, we are able to go far away as a people and as a country. So without no much further ado, so when we probably get Alinur next week or sometimes in the future on a Thursday, and of course, I would have liked to answer more questions from you. And going forward, of course, we need to learn from you. We need to know your concern. We need to know how can we improve our delivery to Mindspace podcasts. So please don't shy off from commenting, from telling us where we go wrong, so that we can be better. But trust me, we are going to have good content. Going forward, we are going to have nuggets of gold, nuggets of wisdom, which will inspire you, which will spark within you to become great, to become a better person. So thank you so much for joining Mindspace today. I'll see you next Thursday with a surprise guest. See you.
Informed, and let's explore the opportunities together. Karibu Mindspace. Welcome to the Mindspace podcast, your go-to channel for all things real estate in Kenya. Join us as we have exclusive insights into the dynamic world of property and investment, with expert insights and practical advice. Hosted by Mr. Mwenda Thuranira, the CEO of MySpace Properties. Each episode brings you valuable tips to navigate the ever-evolving real estate landscape. Stay tuned, informed, and let's explore the opportunities together. Karibu Mindspace. Welcome to the Mindspace podcast, your go-to channel for all things real estate in Kenya. Join us as we have exclusive insights into the dynamic world of property and investment, with expert insights and practical advice. Hosted by Mr. Mwenda Thuranira, the CEO of MySpace Properties. Each episode brings you valuable tips to navigate the ever-evolving real estate